Oh, I'm live. Hello everybody, here we are. I hope I'm audible right now. And today in this particular live, though we don't really have, especially I don't really have a lot of time, um, because of course in the morning I couldn't really go live because the work was going on. So I thought of going live in the evening. And here I am live in the evening, but the thing is that I have a lot to cover. So hopefully within an hour this particular section will be done. Like covering all the Linux commands. There are actually a lot of Linux commands that I have to go through, and I'm just learning them because I want to be good at terminal, like how to just simply work with the terminal and all. So I will be showing you the list of all the Linux commands that I'm gonna be just simply going through, and then we are gonna be just simply discussing exactly how they work and all. Alrighty, so coming back to the list of all the Linux commands, that's gonna be this one. So what all have I gone with Linux commands? Yeah, so let's go ahead from here. Even I have to organize it a bit better. So first of all, should we discuss about this vim? These are the vim commands anyway. Let's quickly discuss about it, exactly how it goes and all. We discussed it yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. But here we are gonna be discussing about these commands again really quickly, and then we'll be moving to the next one. But before even that, systemctl status stdpd. Well, it's still running. That's great. Sudo reboot. Alrighty, by the way, let's simply get going from here on. And if you are confused exactly what am I gonna be using, so I'm gonna be using Linux over here. Linux is the operating system for me because these are just bash commands, right? So it's better to go with Linux. If you are from Windows, so you can use bash terminal, and all these commands are gonna be working over there. Coming back to this one, what am I missing? Yeah, one more thing, I'm gonna be using virtual machines over here. So if you know about this like Oracle VM, I mean virtual manager, so over here I'm gonna be creating a virtual machine. That virtual machine will be responsible for I mean inside the virtual machine I will run CentOS or Ubuntu ISO image, ultimately operating system, and inside that we are gonna be working with the things. So the plus point of using a virtual machine is that you will not be making changes in your real machine, real operating system. Rather, all the changes are gonna be made inside the virtual machine. So for that thing, I'm using Vagrant over here. If you are actually thinking what is this Vagrant, so this is nothing but a package manager that is mainly used for helping you, not package manager, rather than I must say the virtual machine manager. It helps you create virtual machines directly, so you don't have to configure the things and all. But I'm gonna be opening this over here. I won't be able to talk about Vagrant quite a lot over here. Ultimately, when you work with Vagrant, you just simply initialize Vagrant. Once you have to first of all install Vagrant, then you have to just simply Vagrant init, initialize Vagrant with the file name, like with the package name, exactly what kind of package you want to install. Again, you can get it from the Vagrant store. If you want to know more about it, you may know more. But for now, I'm just simply gonna be going with the CentOS image over here. So cd CentOS. These are the three folders I have. The first one contains the configuration for the Ubuntu, the second one for the Fedora, third one for the CentOS. I'm gonna be SSHing into the CentOS virtual machine. And again, if you are SSHing into Ubuntu or CentOS, most of the commands are same, so you don't really need to worry about it. Having said that, even if you are working on your main machine, main operating system, that is also fine, because commands are commands, they will run anywhere. Alrighty, so right now I already have my Vagrant status. I think this is the command. Nope. Yeah, this is the command. So I already have my CentOS running. So let me stop it, and you can even see it over here that this is the virtual box manager, and here CentOS default. This is the operating system that is running. So if I want to stop that, so I'll have to just simply say Vagrant halt. So in this way, what happens? I have to just run one command. That particular machine will be powered off automatically. So this way, I don't have to configure a lot of things. Alrighty, and if you actually, if I run Vagrant list, if I'm not wrong, so is this the command? No, this is not the command. Vagrant init, I have these other commands that you can just simply run. So Vagrant init, Vagrant log, import, all these things. And how am I gonna be checking the list of all the packages? In that case, let me see if I'm missing something. Vagrant Linux intro. I don't have anything over here as such. By the way, nowadays I'm just simply focusing on the Linux, learning more about it, but I forgotten the commands. Where have I kept them? Vagrant. Turns out it's not really gonna be possible for me to just simply get the vagrant stuff. Vagrant. That is inside virtual machine. Yeah, got it. So inside virtual setup, DevOps. Just a minute. Introduction, virtual machine setup, and Linux. Introduction. I have these things, and I have this introductory part. Then here, I have virtual machine and vagrant. Inside this virtual machine, I have these things. Inside vagrant, I have vagrant related commands. Okay, that's fine. So let me just simply go through it. So when it comes to vagrant over here, how am I gonna be getting the stuff? Here, these are the commands. So vagrant init, okay, vagrant box list. If you wanna see all the list of the files, or the not files actually, rather the images that you have, all the downloaded files you will be getting over here that have been downloaded by the vagrant. So let me just simply run this vagrant box list. So I have Ubuntu Jammy 64, I have a generic Fedora 28, and I have CentOS Stream 9. So these are the three, what do I call them, virtual boxes that I have installed. Okay, and this is the list of all the virtual boxes that I have installed, and even if here on the left side you can just simply see all of them here. Alrighty, then coming back to this one, if I want to, I have already stopped it if I'm not wrong. So I'm inside CentOS. That simply means whenever I run vagrant app, vagrant up, so it will pick the configuration from the CentOS file. This is the vagrant configuration file I have. Again, this get automatically created, so you don't really need to worry about it. Over here, this is the box name that I have. So CentOS Stream 9 is the box. Again, there are many versions, Stream 9, Stream 10 and all. You can just simply go with that. Again, if you don't know, don't worry, because this is what not our main focus is gonna be on. So right now, if I check the status, it will be checking the status of the CentOS file, whether that is up and running or not. So right now it is just simply saying power off. To power on, vagrant up, just run this command, and you will see soon. Right now there are no machines running. Very soon this particular machine has started. As simple as that. So running a virtual machine is this simple. You have to just simply run vagrant up. You can run the virtual machines or manually as well, but from here it just gets done automatically. So why to just hustle a bit more? Having said that, there is even this command as well. Inside virtual machine, you can click on add new, and then you can download the ISO image. You can just give the path over here. You can enter the name and click on next and all, configure everything, and your virtual machine will be created. The second thing, use a vagrant and get the virtual machine created. By the way, when it comes to talking about the vagrant names over here, so using this vagrant init command, you can just simply initialize that. Initializing in the sense your vagrant file will be created, and of course you need to have the name of that particular box over here. The question is how you will get the box. So if you search vagrant box list over here, so hopefully you should be getting discovering vagrant boxes, and box search page. Just a minute, it should be quick. I hope it's not gonna be taking a lot of time, and hopefully I'm not facing the network issue. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, so coming back to this, over here you can search any image. Suppose I want to Ubuntu Trusty 64. You can click on this. By the way, you can even search the name, and from here you are gonna be getting the name. So this is the name that I was talking about. So vagrant init, and this particular name you have to enter over there. Your configuration file will be created automatically. So ultimately what you have to do, copy it from here. Let me do it really quickly. You have to just simply say vagrant init and this particular name, box name, and it will automatically create a folder for you. Ultimately vagrant file it will create, and then when you run vagrant, you have to just simply go to that particular folder. It will take a lot of time, so that is why I'm not doing it. But if you know a little bit about vagrant, you must have understood. And lastly, what you have to do, you have to go to that particular folder. Here I am inside that, and you have to run vagrant up, and it will start running. So if I check the status right now, so the virtual box is running right now. So now vagrant, if I want to SSH into the machine, I want to go inside the machine, I have to just simply run this command, and I'm gonna be inside the machine. Alrighty, ls. These are the folders that I have. This is the home directory. This is the normal user first of all. So yeah, normal user. If I wanna be the root user, because I have vagrant over here, so this is the user that I have. So who am I? It's gonna simply give me the username. That simply means I am the normal user. If I want to switch into in the switch to the root user, so I have to run this command, and now I am the root user here. That simply means if I run who am I right now, I'm gonna be the root user. To exit the root user, just simply write exit and you will be exited. By the way, talking about the commands, coming back to this one, come on. This is it. Talking about the commands, so these are the commands that we are gonna be talking about. Vagrant up simply starts your virtual machine. Vagrant box list will give you all the list of the boxes that you have installed. Vagrant status simply gives you the status whether the machine is actually running or not. Vagrant halt and suspend simply suspends your machine, stops the machine in the sense that particular virtual machine will be stopped. This is all about Vagrant. The main focus is not even on this. The main focus is gonna be on the Linux commands. But okay, covering it really quickly. Sudo I will be just simply switching you to the root user. There are different users. You can create the users. We will do everything. So you can create the users. You can remove the users. You can create the groups and all. We'll be talking about those things. Exit will just simply make you exit that. And Vagrant reload ultimately just simply reloads it, reboots it, and then starts it again. And then Vagrant destroy just simply destroys the box that is running. So it will just simply destroy that. So ultimately it will delete the virtual machine. And then you have Vagrant init Ubuntu Jammy global status. Yeah, that's fine. Global status in the sense you are gonna be checking the statuses of all the boxes that are running. So if I run this particular command, Vagrant global status, so it will give you the, well, I'm inside the virtual machine right now. So Vagrant global status, so it will give you the status of all these three virtual machines. I have three machines. I have this Ubuntu machine, I have CentOS machine, I have Fedora machine, and only CentOS machine is running right now. So this is just simply gives me that. Even I can run this command Vagrant global status prune. It will remove the the ones which are not needed. So if I just simply run this command prune, so if there is some cache, extra cache that hasn't been removed and that should have been removed, so it just simply removes that. So once I run this particular command and run this one again, so I have all of them. There were no extra cache or extra files and all, so that is why nothing got removed. Coming back to this one, what is the next thing that we have to do? Let me just simply SSH into the machine. So Vagrant, because right now CentOS is running, I have to go inside that. So Vagrant SSH, and I'm gonna be going into the machine. And we have talked about all these commands really quickly. Ignore these images. I just got them from from the course. And there is one more thing. This is called mode prop kvm. So you have to mainly run this particular command. If you are on Linux, mainly it works on Linux. If you are on Windows and all, you can just simply know more about it, exactly how you work with this. Whenever you are running virtual machine, so your kvm should not be running. Your CPU should not be using the kvm. In that case, you will have to just simply you will have to stop this kvm AMD. Okay, you can know more about it. I just got to know about it from the ChatGPT. So you will have to stop it. Once you have stopped it, then only you will be able to run. Again, if you are using Docker, so Docker needs this kvm AMD. So if you want to start Docker, at that time you will have to start it like this. And if you are using virtual machines, so you will have to remove it like this. So remove it like this when it is needed. Start it like this when it is needed. So this is what you have to do. Because if I try to start Docker right here, so you will see it will tell you just virtualization support. Checking this state dev kvm no file or directory. So ultimately there is no file as such. So your Docker will not start. And if you want to start the Docker, you will have to run this command sudo mode prop kvm AMD. It just simply kind of starts kvm AMD file or gets that file, and over here it just simply removes that. And we are removing it because we want to work with the virtual machine that is already removed in my case, because I was working with this earlier. Apart from this particular thing, sudo user mode, what does this do? Box users. The thing is that this let's ignore these commands. It's no use talking about them. But why I use this command, that when I started my virtual machine, it was just simply telling me that it is unable to get the it was unable to get the access of mouse pointers and all. So first of all, I had to just simply run this command. And what does this do? Sudo user mod ag box users $user. I'm not quite aware of this. I got it from the ChatGPT. So let's ignore it. Later I will just simply figure it out. We already know about these commands. ls mode grep kvm, let's not even worry about it. SSH user mode, you can just simply SSH into the machine using this particular command. And IP address, so just simply gives you the IP of the machine. So if I run this even on my local machine right now, If I run this particular command, it just simply gives me the IP addresses and all. So this is how it just simply goes on. Let's go back to the Linux commands now. Alrighty, so virtual machine we have gone through. Vagrant, I think Vagrant we have just simply gone through. Yeah, right. Virtual machine. Inside the virtual machine, well, there's nothing to talk about here. So done. VM setup. Inside VM setup. Just a minute. DevOps. And let me change the name. It virtual machine and Vagrant. That's a better name over here. And then we started talking about Linux. And over here we have normal intro. I mean, just how the Linux works and all. Linux commands are gonna be over here. Inside Linux command, first of all, we are gonna be talking about Vim. What is Vim? It is just an editor, file editor. How it works and all. There are a lot of commands for the Vim. So we are gonna be quickly talking about all of them, and then we'll be going ahead. First of all, there is a difference. You may have installed Vim. VI is already installed. There are two things, VI and Vim. I'm gonna be talking about the differences as well. Vim is the visual display editor, and Vim is the visual display editor improved. So you get more features ultimately in the Vim, and you will have to of course install this. And there are three commands: command mode, insert mode, and extend mode. We will be gonna be quickly talking about all those things. So here ls, these are the, let me switch to the root user first of all. Sudo I, again inside the root folder, these are the ones that we have, these are the files that we have. And if I exit the root user, so ultimately, where is that? ls. These are the files that we have. There are two different folders. If you go to cd slash, so over here, if you say this is the root directory of any Linux machine. So over here you are getting home. Home means that is the normal users directory, and there is this root. This is the root users directory. This is the main root directory. This is the root users directory, and this is normal users directory. So inside home you are gonna getting all these files that we have. By the way, if files related to that particular user. So right now the Vagrant is the user, so cd Vagrant. Let's not worry about all these things, it's gonna be confusing. What am I gonna be doing? First of all, let's create a file, vi and test.txt. This would be better. This file has been created. I need to just simply paste some of the content over here. So let me do one thing. This content I'm gonna be pasting over here just for the testing purpose. This content has been pasted, and if you wanna just simply save everything, so W for write, Q for quit. So it has been quit, and let's simply test all these commands that we have. So first of all, we have this. You can just simply install Vim, and once Vim is installed, using I, you can just simply start writing that. Using O is just simply write the thing, helps you write the things one level below. So ultimately what I mean, if you just vi test.txt inside, that's wrong, quit. What was the name of the file? vi.txt. Okay, so vi test.txt, just like this. So this is the content that you have, and this is the cursor. If you just want to write over there, just enter I in your keyboard and you will start writing. And the another thing is that just a minute, give me a moment. Alrighty, by the way, it's gonna be quite quick. That simply means I may not be able to talk about the things quite in detail, have really less time, and have to talk about a lot of things. So by the way, if you click I, you will be in the insert mode. This is the insert mode that we have, and we can just simply start writing this stuff. And if you want to, this is the insert mode. If you want to go to the command mode, so click escape, and now you are in the command mode. That simply means in the command mode you will not be able to write anything. And if you click O means you have to insert but one line below. So O on your keyboard, and you can just simply start writing the things here. So this is how it just simply goes. You can so ultimately, if you click escape, this is the command mode that we are on right now. If you click I, this is the insert mode that we are in, and we can just simply write the stuff and all. And apart from this particular thing, what are the commands we have? Command mode we have, insert mode we have, extend mode. So for extend mode, if you click shift and semicolon, so right now this is the command mode that you have. That simply means you can just simply enter some commands over here. Suppose I wanna search save over here and enter. Didn't it work? Percentage, yes. There is a command I forgot. Never mind, I will be going through that. So yeah, in the command mode you can just simply write the command. Suppose you wanna save the file. So in the command mode you can write W and Q, write and quit, and just simply enter, and that particular file will be saved. So these are the things. These are the three modes that we have over here. Insert mode, I have already talked. One level below, you have to just simply click I for insert, O for inserting, but one level below. Then these are the commands for exiting, like W for writing, Q for quitting, WQ for writing it quit, and Q and this what is this called? Quotation mark, not quotation mark. Forgot the name of this punctuation mark, but yeah, this particular thing you have to type in the extended mode. Extended mode in the sense once you open the file test.txt over here, you have to just simply click shift and semicolon. This is the extended mode. Over here you have to just simply enter W and Q and this particular punctuation mark and click enter. It will just simply exit forcefully, so that is used for that. Then we have C number, so just I pronounce it like this, C number. So ultimately if you want to see the number lines, so vi test.txt, and right now you are not seeing the number lines over here. You have to just simply go to the extend mode, here we are, and C and number. So this way you are gonna be getting the numbers. But the thing is that right now it is not colorized. That simply means it is just normal VI terminal, VI editor. If we want to use Vim editor, so we will have to go with the we will have to open this particular file using Vim. We have opened it using VI, but we have to open it using Vim. So let's even talk about that. So let me exit it quickly. So Vim, and if instead of using VI, I'm gonna be using Vim test.txt. There's a little difference. VI is the normal command editor, text editor. Vim is just a little bit improved one. That simply means you will be getting better experience over there. And let's see what's the difference. Let me just simply open this, and this time if I right now you don't actually see anything. There's no difference as such. If there were good command, I mean there were commands written, so they would have been highlighted. I would be talking about that. But if you get the number over here, C number, so yes, E space NU, so you are gonna be getting the numbers over here. Alrighty, let me open a file that actually has commands inside that, so that we are actually able to see the difference, what exactly the difference between them. So ls sudo, this is the root user mode, and ls, here I have these files over here, and one of the file is anaconda kj. Forget about this. This is just a normal file. We are using it for the testing purpose and all. So Vim, if I use it, if I open it using vi anaconda this, so this is how things look like. Alrighty, simple. Exit it right now, and if I use it using Vim, so anaconda, so this is how the things look like. So ultimately there is a difference. The commands that you write, actually they get highlighted if you are using Vim, and if you are going with vi editor, things look simpler. Okay, if I want to get the line, so go to extend mode, dub and C, yes, E and ENU, C number. You are gonna be getting the numbers over here. Few more things. If you wanna go to the top, so just write double G 2 times. So double G 2 times, small letters will bring you at the top, and capital G will bring you at the bottom. So double G 2 times at the top, capital G will bring you at the bottom. And if you want to remove something, so suppose first of all let me go to the top. So double G, I'm at the top, and here I have these files, and suppose I want to copy it. I want to copy this line over here. So I'm just simply gonna click double Y 2 times. So double Y clicked 2 times already at, oh well, I wanted to click double Y. It should be copied, isn't it? Hey, copy it. Come on, yaar. And if you click double Y, it gets copied. And if you want to paste it, you have to just simply click on P. Yeah, it just simply gets copied as well. So if you wanna undo this, so click U, so it will just simply undo that. So ultimately what we are doing, if you want to copy any line, suppose I want to copy this line, double Y 2 times, and the job is done. It has been copied. Now if you want to paste it, so suppose I want to paste it over here. Now if you want to paste it one line below, so just simply click P, so it will be pasted, and undo. If you want to paste one line up, so simply click capital P, so shift plus capital P, it will be pasting it at the top. So if you want to paste it below, so P, if you want to paste it at the top, capital P, and it will be pasted. So, and if you want to undo that, suppose you did something and you don't want to do that, so click U, just normal small u, and that will be just simply undoing the things. So this is the thing that we have done. Now apart from this particular thing, you can even copy more lines at a time. So suppose I want to copy, suppose from line number 10 to line number 20, I want to copy these many lines. So I have to just simply say, if I click double Y, so one line copies. If I want to copy 10 lines at a time, so I have to first of all be on the command mode. That simply means if you just click anything or try to type anything, that will not be typed, because you are on the command mode. And if you are in the insert mode for some reason, suppose you clicked I by mistake, and right now you are in the insert mode and you are able to write the stuff and all, so don't worry about that. You have to just simply click on escape and you are gonna be on the command mode. By clicking U, you will be undoing all the changes that you made. Coming back to this one, now how am I gonna be copying 10 lines at a time? So you have to just simply type 10. So 10 has been copied, written over here, and double Y. So 10 double Y, a line, 10 lines, and it will be copying 10 lines. So just simply, if you want to copy 50 lines, so 50 and double Y, it will be copying 50 lines. If you want to copy 10 lines, so 10 double Y, it will be copying 10 lines. So this is how it just simply goes. And just a minute, give me a moment. Alrighty, here we are, sorry for that. So I was just simply saying that, simply if you want to copy 10 lines, so simply 10 and YY, and 10 lines are gonna be copied. Now the question is where you want to paste. Suppose I want to paste it here at the top. If you want to paste one line below, just simply small p, and it will be pasting all those 10 lines below over here. If you want to paste above, so let's go here, and if you want to paste above, control P, shift P will be pasting above. So ultimately capital P for pasting the things at the top, one line top at the top. And if you wanna paste it below, so just simply P is gonna be enough over there. If you wanna undo everything, so just simply click U, and everything will be undone. Okay. Again, if you want to redo, so for redoing, control R or shift R, maybe control R. Yeah, control R is for redo, U is for undoing. So let me click undo. So just simply undo everything. So these are the commands that we have learned. And apart from this particular thing, we have copied, we have pasted. Let me cut as well. So by clicking double D, you can just simply cut the line. So like double D, this line is cut, double D, this line is cut. So this way you just simply cut the line altogether, and after cutting you can even paste it. Let me undo it first of all. So I clicked double D, I cut the line, and suppose I want to paste that line over here. So for pasting, you already know what do we do. For pasting, we just simply click P, small p, so paste one level below, capital P, paste, capital P, control shift ultimately, shift plus P, one level above. So this way you can just simply paste it as many times as you want. As simple as that. Click U to just simply undo everything. So this is done. So we even know how to cut something. You can even cut 10 lines at a time. So suppose when we copied, so we said 10 YY to copy 10 lines, right? So 10 lines are copied, and right now I can just simply paste it here. So small p, and it will be just simply pasting all those 10 lines over here. I can just simply undo it again by clicking U. And if you want to cut 10 lines at a time, or if you suppose from here to suppose probably here, network information or 20 line number line, go to the top first of all. So you now I am at the top, and I want to cut 29 lines. So 29 I will write, so 29 and DD, so it will just simply cut 29 lines. So DD, it has cut 29 lines, and right now the first line is network information, so I have cut them. Now I can paste those lines anywhere. Suppose I want to paste them here. Let me go to the last. So what will I do? Shift G, and ultimately capital G will bring me at the last. And if I want to copy, so small p for one level below, pasting for small p is used for pasting, but one level below, capital P, paste one level above. So let me just simply click P, and it has just simply pasted everything over here. Again, let me undo. So we even know how to delete, cut the things. Apart from this, again, if you write forward slash, so if you just simply click on forward slash, so here you can just type anything and you can find that. So suppose I want to find a name everywhere. Where is the name is written? So name, enter. So these are the places where name has been found in the file. So there are two places, right? So this is how you can just simply go ahead. Suppose I want to find a keyboard, so / and keyboard, and this is what you have found over here. So even you can just simply search this stuff. Coming back to this one, I have talked about the commands quite a lot. Let me just simply show you in the written format. So first of all, we use the G, capital G, go to the last line, small gg 2 times, go to the first line, W for moving the cursor forward word by word. We did not cover that, so let me even go through that. So right now, let me go to the top first of all, GG 2 times. Oh well, GG 2 times, I am at the top. And right now, if I want to go forward word by word, so simply click W. I mean, it just simply moves you forward word by word, so you will be going ahead. And if you want to go backward, so for going backward, you have to click, I forgot, going backward B, yeah. W makes you go forward word by word, B makes you go backward word by word. And not only that, let me go to the top first of all, GG. If you want to suppose go forward by 10 words, so just simply say 10 and W. Here you are forward by 10 words. Okay, let me go to the first word first of at the top. And if I go to, suppose I wanna go forward by 100 words, so I will just simply write 100 and W. Well, it should be working. 100, I have written 100 over here, you can even see over here. So I have written 100, and now if I click W, so I will be forwarded by 100 words. So here I am. So my cursor was here initially, and then from here to here I am. Ultimately, I am forwarded by 100 words. So this is what I am doing. Similarly, you can go backwards. So suppose I wanna go back by 100 words. So 100, and for going back, click B. Again, all these things we are doing in the command mode. Command mode in the sense, when you click on escape, at that time you come on the command mode. So if you click on I, you will be you are gonna be in the insert mode. So we don't do all these things in the insert mode. Rather, we run all these commands in the command mode. And by the way, I'm gonna be clicking 100 over here. I have done. And now if I click on B, so here I am. My cursor is here. That simply means I'm back by 100 words. Alrighty. So this particular thing we have done. So W is used for moving it. W is used for moving the cursor word by word but forward. B is used for moving the cursor word by word but backward. And this thing we have already talked. N stands for number. So any number and W. So you will be moved by those number of times ahead by words. And NB, that simply means any number, and backward B, that simply means it will be moving you backward by those number of times. Okay, we have talked about this. YY for copying a line, P is for pasting it, capital P for pasting one line above, 4YY copies 4 lines. We have talked about this. DD just simply cuts the line. U is used for undoing. Control plus R, well, that is wrong actually. Control R or shift R? Yeah, control R. So control R is for redoing. So undo, redo, if you know that these things are done. So let me even show it in action. Suppose from here, from the top, I'm gonna be copying 10 lines. So 10 YY, I have copied 10 lines. Now I'm gonna be going at the bottom. So for bottom, capital G, here I am at the bottom. And if I see P over here, so those commands are pasted. So whatever I copied, system time use and all the things have been copied over here. So if I wanna undo, so this is undone. If I wanna, by clicking U, you can undo. And if I wanna redo, so control R, it will be redone. So undone, redone, undone, redone, undone, redone, undone, redone. You can just simply keep going on. Let me go ahead from here. By the way, let me undone everything. So you will just simply undone everything. And coming back to this, we have gone through this one. 5DD, we have talked about this. You can just simply you can cut the lines. So 5DD means it will cut 5 lines, and 116DD means it will cut 116 lines. By using / you can just simply search something. So if I want to search what? Suppose I want to search first boot over here. So I'll just do / in the command mode, and first boot, and that is highlighted right now. That's simply it's as simple as that. Okay, and apart from this particular thing, DW, delete forward words by word, delete it is confusing. Let's not talk about this. Though I wrote it, what it does, delete forward words by word if any. So if there are any words ahead of ahead of the cursor, it will be deleting them first of all word by word. Delete backward words later by later if any. So what happens? dw command. Suppose I'm not really worried about this command at all, like it is confusing even to me, but okay. So suppose my mouse is over here at this b leave it whatever it is called. If I say click dw, so first of all it will be removing the words for, I mean it will be removing all the words that are ahead of it if there are any, and that too word by word. So dw, 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 dw. So it has removed all the words that were forward, and now the back, if I keep clicking on this, so if there are no words ahead of it, I mean just on the right side of it, so at that time it will be going backward, but it will be removing the letters one by one. So this is quite confusing. So if I click on same thing dw, so it is sorry, let me undo everything first of all. dw, 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 and now it is what it is doing. It is just simply cutting like going backwards and deleting the letters one by one. So this is how just simply it is used. Let's undo everything, and but I don't really think even I'm gonna ever be using this, but okay, I know it, so I know it. Okay, then there is x, delete words letter by letter, like del command. So it is mainly used for deleting the letters, delete a word letter by letter. Delete letters. Okay, delete a word or deletes letter by letter. Deletes letter by letter like a del key button. So let's see whether it does or not. So if I am here, suppose I am here at the configure. If I click X, yeah, it just does the job like delete button. I can even click on delete. Well, for that thing I need to be in the insert mode. You can just simply keep clicking on. I'm already in the insert mode. Never mind. Okay, let me undo everything. In the insert mode, you can just do anything. Suppose if I click I am in the insert mode right now, I can just simply write anything. So that anything has been written. And if I come back here, if I click backspace, so it will be working as usual. And if you click delete, and it will be deleted like this. So that's okay. It works as simple as that. If you wanna undo everything, so first of all click on escape. Now you are in the command mode, and click U as many times as you can, and everything will be undone. So this is how it just simply works. So we have gone through this. Escape plus these many buttons. By the way, if you click escape, so you will be on the command mode. So ultimately, if you want to come on the command mode, you can just simply click on escape, and now escape, and after that if you just write colon and W, it will be saving, colon Q, it will be quitting, colon WQ, it will be saving and quit, colon right force, this particular, what is the name of this punctuation mark, name of this punctuation mark. Let me click on this. Exclamation mark, got that. So ultimately you have to write this exclamation mark over here. Yeah, so this was the thing that I was talking about. W and exclamation mark, we'll just simply write it forcefully. Similarly, WQ and exclamation mark, write quit forcefully. X for saving and quit. So if you don't wanna write a WQ, so you can even just go with this X over here. It will be just simply saving and quitting. Suppose I made these changes over here, and if you want to if I want to just save it, so I can just simply click on escape, and X, it will be just simply saving and quitting at the same time. I'm not gonna be doing that because I don't wanna save it. Okay, then forward slash, we have talked about it. See number, we know that how we see the number. So these numbers are here. Suppose I don't wanna see the number. So when you are on the command mode, at that time you have to just simply click shift and colon. So you are in the extended mode, and over here you can see C and NU for seeing the number. If I run the command, nothing will happen. Again C and no number, what I just simply call it. So no number means no numbers are gonna be visible over here. So it's pretty simple. C number and C no number, you will not be getting any numbers. So these were the commands for just simply editing the Vim files. So this is gonna be Vim editor over here. Okay, and these are just the basic commands that you should be knowing if you are working with that. So almost whatever is required, we have gone through that. Let's go ahead. So we have gone through all the Vim commands, Vim editor commands and all. And the next thing that we are going to be talking about, that are going to be normal Linux commands. So first of all, when it comes to Linux commands, so there are some directories that we had better know more about them. So let me do one thing. ts2 die or a page or this. Let me create a proper page, that would be better here. Directories. Okay, here I'm gonna be just simply discussing about the directories. I'm gonna be explaining this, but just give me a second. Here it's gonna be inside that, and VM editor, let it be here. That's okay, fine. Or I can even do one thing, and that's gonna be ts2 VM editor. Just simply formatting it a bit better, nothing else. And this is actually gonna be inside this. Pretty simple. And this particular page, I can just simply cut everything from here, and I'm gonna be pasting inside Linux commands. And one step back, this VM editor needs to be removed, move to trash. And what I just simply copied, everything related to VM editor, right? That must be at the bottom. Just give me a second. Let me copy it from here. Yeah, let me go at the top. These are the commands that we have to talk about. There are actually many, but okay. So VM editor, let me just simply highlight it a bit. So this is the first thing. When it comes to VM editor, these are the commands that we have talked about. Pretty simple of them. Like, now we are gonna be moving to the second thing, directories. Inside directories we have this. Alrighty, so inside directory we have these directories. So you should know about these directories if you are working with Linux mainly. So inside directories we have a few home directories over here. If you are a normal user, so you will be getting home / that particular user's name, so that's gonna be normal user. If you are not the normal user, in that case you are gonna be getting the root user. So if you are the normal user, so you are gonna be getting this. If you are a root user, you are gonna be getting this. So for the root user, root folder is the home directory. For a normal user, this particular directory is the home directory. User executable, ultimately there are gonna be user executable commands over here. So inside bin, ignore these are mainly for the window or the Mac, I'm not sure, but inside bin folder you are gonna be getting user executable commands, and inside sbin you are gonna be getting system executable commands, other mount points, media, and mnt. So whenever you insert suppose a pen drive or something, or a media device, anything, so that is just simply mounted to this. Ultimately inside media you are going to be able to see the result of that. Configuration, etc will be responsible for storing all the configuration. We are even going to be talking about that. Temp is mainly going to be for the temporary files. So if you want to just simply store some temporary files, so you can use temp over here. Kernels and bootloaders, inside boot these are nothing but files. In Linux everything is a file, so though it is a directory, but a directory itself is a file at the end. So this is also a file. And ultimately directory, let me call it, we call a folder is called a directory, and it is mainly used for just simply storing the configuration for kernels and bootloaders. So whenever your device reboots or just simply starts, at that time this particular folder runs all the configuration and all. Then we have server data. So inside where or srv you are just simply going to be storing the server data and all. System information is going to be stored inside proc or system. Shared libraries, there is lib, ignore this, they belong to probably Mac or Windows. And device files, all the device files are going to be stored inside there. There can be many more ones. These are just normal directories. So if you go to any, let me exit, undo everything, save, leave it. If I just simply go to the root directory right now and click ls, so over here you are going to be getting these commands. So these are the commands that I was just simply talking about. So this is how it just simply goes on. And let me do one thing really quick if I can. I'm gonna be destroying these images. So what images am I talking about? Exit, ls, vagrant, and vagrant box list. These are the boxes that I have. These are the boxes that I have installed. And vagrant global list. No, global status. These are the three boxes that are running, and especially two of them are power on, power off, and CentOS is running right now. What I want to do, I want to just simply destroy them. So I am inside CentOS folder. So if I say vagrant destroy, it will be just simply destroying that particular virtual machine. So yeah, I want to destroy that. And if you actually have a look over here, so that virtual machine got destroyed from here. So that has been destroyed. And if I run the same command, global status, so I'm gonna be getting only 2, and 2 of them are just simply powered off. So let me go to those folders as well. One step back, and CentOS I have already removed. Let me go to Fedora. So cd Fedora. Here I'm gonna be running the same command, vagrant destroy. It will be just simply destroying that particular box that was just simply running. Will not really take a lot of time. Why? Because I want to start a new virtual machine. So that got also removed. So if you actually come here, I have only one, that is the Ubuntu. So let me go to that one as well. Cd, one step back, and cd Ubuntu, same command, vagrant destroy. Will just simply destroy it. So this is how it's gonna be done. Mainly I'm doing it so that I can get a pure Linux machine where there is nothing, and then we will be working on that. So okay, this is done. And if I run the command vagrant global status, I'm not really gonna be getting anything over here. I have no boxes that are running. So what am I gonna be doing? Now I will go to inside CentOS, because I'm gonna be working with CentOS right now. Then later we will be moving with Ubuntu as well. So cd CentOS cat vagrant file. This is the vagrant file I have inside this, and inside this particular vagrant file I have this box name here. So I have Euro Linux vagrant CentOS Stream 9, but it is already installed in my case, because if I show you vagrant box list, so this will just simply give me the list of all the boxes. Ultimately these boxes are already installed on my device. That simply means whenever I will say vagrant up, it will just simply use this installed boxes and create a new machine for me, new virtual machine. So I'm inside CentOS folder, and if I run vagrant up, so what it will do, it will just simply initialize a new virtual machine for me. So right now I don't have the machine, just wait for a while, and soon I should be getting, this is the machine that I have got. It is still powered off. It should be just simply turning on very soon. So the machine is running right now. That's what I wanted. So this way I got a virtual machine. Again, virtual machine server, this is more of a server. There are two things, GUI and CLI. I have the image. I have created a virtual machine just with the server, not with the GUI part. You have to just simply wait for a while. We have to do a lot of things. Okay, never mind. This is done, and right now if I check the status, vagrant status, so it is in the running state. If I want to go inside the machine, so vagrant SSH, you will be inside the machine, and this is a new machine. That simply means here you will not be getting anything. If you just simply say who am I, you are gonna be getting vagrant is the normal user over here. And apart from vagrant, if you wanna switch to the root user, so sudo I will be switching you to the root user. If you say who am I right now again, so you are gonna be getting the root. And if you go to the root directory and click ls over here, so these are the things that you have inside the root directory. This is the new virtual machine, so whatever you will be getting, that's gonna be completely new. There's no change at all. By the way, let me go to the home directory right now. This is the home directory of the root user. If you say ls over here, you are getting these things. You can exit from here, and now you are in the home directory of the vagrant user. So if you say present working directory /home/vagrant, this is the home directory of the normal user. Sudo I and ls, this is the home present working directory. /root is the home directory of the root user. By the way, let me do one thing. Once we have gone through all these things, ls we have no for listing the files. Host name just simply will give you the host name. So host name, local host, local domain. This is the host name over here for the root user. Exit the root user, vagrant, and host name for the normal user is the same. Ultimately, whether you are the root user or the normal user, the host name will always be the same for both of you. So this is the thing that we have gone with. Then who am I? Just simply gives you your username. Present working directory gives you the info of the present working directory. Cat etc os release, it gives the information of the operating system that you are running. So ls and present working directory. Right now I'm inside the root. I have to go to the root folder, so cd and root folder, root directory, and if I say ls, so this is the root directory right now, and inside etc os release, so cd etc, or let me go to the etc, so cd etc ls. So these are the things that we have inside etc. Inside this we have one that is called os release. So if I want to find that os release, so there is the command ls, and it will give you all of them. And now I want to get, this is the pipeline, that simply means whatever result you get over here, it will be forwarded to the next whatever commands you will write over here. So ls pipe it will forward the request to the next command. It will forward the result to the next command. And grep is used for filtering. So grep, and how I want to filter, I want to filter based on the OS release name. Hopefully it will be right. So it is just simply giving me two folders over here that has OS release in them, because there are a lot of them. So I just simply filtered them. So if I actually show you this CentOS OS release, we have CentOS OS release is CentOS OS release. This is the folder that got filtered, and similarly OS release is the folder that got filtered. So OS release is the folder that got filtered. So these are the folders. Again, they can be folders, they can be something else as well. So if I say over here, if you just simply write ls, so you are gonna be getting the names of folders and files. If I say ls and -l, it will be giving you the type of them. So if that starts with just simple comma, that is a normal file. If that starts with L, that is a link. What is the link? We'll be talking about that. If that starts with D, that is a directory. And just after that, you have 3 commas or 3 words that are for the root user, 3 more for the group user, a group ultimately, and lastly for the others. We are going to be talking about the all these things when we reach the permission section. But yeah, this is how you just simply get the things. Okay, pretty simple. We have gone through it. And if I say ls, it will just simply give me the same result. And what I want now, I want to filter the file. So grep is going to be used for filtering. How I want to filter? The name can be, I'm using I over here. I means it will be case insensitive. So it will not care about the case. If it matches, it will find that. So I, and what is the word that you want to, with the help of that you want to filter? So I want to filter with the help of OS release. This is the word. Wherever this particular word is found, whether that is a file, link or folder, that doesn't matter, I should be getting the result. So let me just simply run this. So these are the 3 things that there should be -i, just like this. So these are the this is the result that I have got. So I have CentOS release. This is the what? This is the normal file that we have. Okay. Then OS release. This is the link that we have. Another CentOS release. Ultimately Red Hat release. This is the also link. This is the also link. So this is the result ultimately that I got. So I have OS release. I have this. And these 2 things extra that we got. Okay, but we are mainly worried about this. Inside this particular link, we have our configuration related to the OS. But this is a link. That simply means ultimately it is referring to user, lib and OS release. But as this is a link, so if I just simply cat this, the result of this particular file will be catted. Ultimately will be printed. So cat and OS release. So this is the result that's getting printed over here. So name is the CentOS, version is 9, ID is CentOS, ID like version ID, platform, and ANSI color, logo you have, and home URL you have, all these things. Ultimately you can just simply go through them. But ultimately if I say ls, and mainly ls, and I wanna filter it with the OS release name. So these are the things that I'm getting. This OS release is nothing but a link. Link in the sense this is referencing to another file. So if I know more about it, so how can I know more about it? Let me filter it like this. L. So here, this particular link is actually referencing to this particular folder. Probably this is this particular file inside user. So right now, let me go to the root directory. And inside user we have that particular folder. So ultimately we have to go to the user, lib and OS release. So though we have OS release link inside etc, but the main file is saved inside user. So cd user ls, we have to go to lib ls, and now here we have OS release. This is the OS release. This is actually a file over here. So the link we had there, this is gonna be the actual file. So if I write this command ls-l, so this OS release over here is actually a file, and I can just simply cat OS release over here, and this is the information that I'm getting, the same information. Pretty simple. CD and the root directory. Here I'm inside the root directory, present working directory. You can just simply see / that simply means root directory. Okay, we have gone through this. History, using history you can just simply know the history of all the commands that you have written. Keep in mind the history for the vagrant user, that simply means normal user, and history for the root user. So if I say sudo -i, I'm switched to root user over here, and history for the root user, they are gonna be different. So for different users, there are gonna be different histories. So for root user, this is the history that I have, and if I exit the root user, for the normal user, if I say history, so this is the history for the normal user that we have. Pretty simple one. Okay, so we have gone through that. We even know that sudo I is used for switching to the host root user. CD, either you say CD or CD this tilde, you will be brought to the home page. So if I'm here ls, I'm in the root directory over here. If I just simply say cd, I will be redirected to the root home directory. If that is a root user, so I will be redirected to the home directory of the root user. If that is a normal user, I will be redirected to the home directory of that particular normal user. So if I say just simply cd over here, because the user's name is background, that is a normal user, so I should be redirected to the normal home directory. So let me just do this, ls present working directory /home /background. This is the home directory of the normal user. I can go back to the root directory again, and if I say cd and tilde, it will be just simply sending me there only. So ls present working directory, so ultimately I'm there again. So cd tilde or cd, just they behave the same. If I switch to the root user right now, ls present working directory, right now I'm inside root home directory, and if I go to the root directory right now, here I'm in the root directory, and if I say cd, it will be sending me to the home directory of the root user. So cd present working directory, I'm redirected here, not /home/ this. So earlier I was getting redirected here because I was a normal user. Now I'm getting redirected here, or I'm being sent over here because I'm a root user. So this just simply works like this. So cd / brings you to the root directory. There is a difference between root home directory and normal home directory and root directory. If you say cd /, this is the root directory. This is the root directory. Inside the root directory you have home. Inside home you will have that particular user. So this contains home directory, and inside this root directory you have this root folder, root directory, root folder for the root user. This is gonna be the home for the root user. This is gonna be the home for the normal user, and this whole directory is gonna be the root directory. Okay. So we have gone through this. This thing we have already talked about exactly how it looks and all. We have sbin over here. I already talked about this. Bin is used. Bin contains all the executable files that a user uses. Sbin contains all the executable files that a system uses. So sbin, system bin, as simple as that. We have etc hostname as well. You can just simply cat etc hostname, and you are gonna be knowing about that. So by the way, we don't really have any hostname over here. So if I go to cd etc ls, and now I have to look for that host name. So let me say lsl, and if I say lsl, I'm gonna be getting this in this particular format. That simply means I get to know about the file, the permissions of the file, and then I have the, I think, what is this at the top? Just a minute. Yeah, here we are. Well, I don't really know what this number is all about, but I have this user. So this is the root user, this is the group, and this is the time when it got created, this is the year, and this is the name of the file. Alright, what I have to do over here, lsl will just simply give me all of them, but I have to filter them. So I'm gonna be filtering them based on the host name. So this is the file that I have got. Again, this is nothing but a file. It was created in 2024 and all. This is the host name. If I say cat host name, we don't really have cat host name. We don't really have anything inside this. Pretty simple. Okay, so this thing we have gone through, and as we have nothing, we can even write the names and all inside the host name. So I can say vi or vim host name, and we are gonna be making some changes over here. You can just simply make any changes. Right now I'm just simply gonna be quitting. So escape and quit. Well, quit forcefully. This exclamation mark I'm gonna be using over here. Just simply enter, and this is done. What is the next thing that we have to do? We have gone through all these things. Pretty simple. We have these normal commands. So directories we have talked about. Okay, and the next thing is that these are the normal commands that we have. These are just the normal commands. So let me do one thing. Create one more. ts2 normal commands. Now the name may not be the best one over here, but okay, never mind. These are the normal commands. Normal commands in the sense normally the commands that you use, as simple as that. And I'm gonna be pasting them over here, and I'm gonna be talking about them one by one. So like creating a directory, removing the things and all, that's what that's what is mentioned over here. So we have gone through them. Let's talk about these. So we already know what this host name contains. By the way, right now it contains nothing, but ultimately it will be containing the host information. We can even enter the host name. Proc uptime. So inside proc, ultimately what does this proc contain? Procs or sys folder contains the system information. System information in the sense all the things that are used by system, or all the things that are provided by the system. So if I go to this root directory, first of all, cd/ls, I have proc over here. If I go to the proc, now what is the full form, which I am not aware of, but these are the things that I have inside this. Inside this, if you actually have a look over here, so lsl, so here I have uptime. The previous one was better. So here I have zone info and uptime. Uptime gives me the info of the machine, uptime of the machine, that like since when has the machine been up. Then we have what else that I actually know. We have net, that gives me the net information. I don't know. Apart from this, we should be getting something familiar over here. Do we have free over here? Well, we have a lot of things. I only know about uptime. Crazy. Proc free. We should have free over here as well. File system we have. We don't really have free over here. That simply means probably we'll have to install it. So if I run up, if I say uptime, it's gonna be giving me the info about the uptime, like since when the machine has been up and all, and it will even be giving me the load average, all these things. It is just simply saying that there's been one user, the machine has been up for 14 minutes, and this is the time 14:37. Okay, this is probably the starting time, and this is the info that I'm getting. Apart from this particular thing, if I say free m, it just simply gives me the information of memory and swap. Now memory in the sense how much memory I have, 1774, and 284 is being used, 1444 is free. This is of course MB if I'm not wrong, and yeah, this is in MB, because ultimately I have given my, this CentOS machine actually has 2 GB. I have relocated. Ultimately I have given to this. So ultimately out of those 2 GB, it has only 724. That simply means the remaining has been used for the what? Probably for the CentOS machine or something. But this much memory we have remaining. This much is being used, 284 MB. 1444 MB is free. Shared is 4. Buff or cache 197. I think this is the caching thing that we have over here. And available is 489 and all. That's fine. And even you are getting this swap thing, I'm not aware of what this is, but okay, these are the things that we get. Okay, and once this is done, mkdir, if you want to create a directory, you just run mkdir. If you want to create a file, just run text file txt, I mean any file name. If you want to create a lot of files, so you can just simply give them the numbers, like from 1 to 10 it should be going on. Let me run this particular one. Let me go to the home directory, cd home directory, present working directory. This is the root user, by the way. And if I want to create a file, touch, but right now I don't, how many files I have? ls, these are the 2 files I have inside the root user, right? Let me exit and present working directory. This is the what normal user that I have. And touch, I want to create 10 files. So text or test, the number should be starting from 1 and it should go till 10.txt. If I run this, if you say ls, so these are the 10 files that I have got. So lsl, so test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4. This way, this is just a shortcut for creating many files. Similarly, if I want to create many folders, so mkdir and DevOps, and I want to start from 1 and it will go till 10, just like this. 10 folders are gonna be created. So right now I have 10 folders. So lsl, so DevOps 1, DevOps 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then this 10 one, it just simply keeps going on like this. So I hope it does make sense. This is how you can just simply create that. So we have gone through this DevOps text, ls dev, you can just simply know more about that. vagrant dev. By the way, there are two types of there are two types of paths. That is, first one is the relative path, second one is the absolute path. Absolute path in the sense you will be giving the path directly from the root directory, so like /home /vagrant /devops and all. And relative in the sense related to the current directory, you will be just simply making the path. Okay, so this thing is done. We can even copy the whole directory. So suppose here what am I doing, I'm copying the whole directory, whole dev directory inside backup directory. Suppose I have this dev folder over here and I want to copy this dev folder inside backup folder. So I can just simply run cp command over here, but as this is a folder, so I'm using this r -r over here. -r is mainly used for recursive. That simply means recursively in the sense including all the subfolders or subfiles that it has. So okay, this dev folder needs to be copied, but everything inside the dev folder should be copied, and because of that thing I'm using r -r over here. So this thing is done. mv is used for moving. So if I wanna move this particular file to this particular folder, as simple as that. I wanna move this particular folder to this particular folder. When you are moving, at that time you don't need r command. When you are copying, at that time you do need them. And then I want to move this particular file to this one. By the way, mv is used for naming. So naming in the sense test file1.txt, this is the name. Okay, this is the file that I have and I want to rename it to test file.txt, so it is gonna be renamed if that does not exist. And then I wanna move everything that is that ends with .txt, it will be moved to test.dir. So let me even show this thing to you. Pretty simple one. The commands which are simple, I'm not gonna be talking about them. If something's need to be discussed, so we will be discussing about that. Suppose I'm gonna be creating a test folder over here, so mkdir, and the test is gonna be created over here. So right now we have this test folder over here. I want to copy all these files inside this test, move actually. So mv, I want to move test, I want to move everything that ends with test. So wildcard.txt, that simply means wildcard stands for everything, .txt, so everything that ends with the txt, that will be moved to test folder. Simply run this ls. Right now I don't have any files over here, earlier I had them. If I go to cd test, or I can just simply say ls / if you have a look over here, so I have test over here. So this is gonna be the relative path. So ls / test, and everything inside /test is gonna be just listed over here. So this is the relative path. This is relative, this particular path is related to the current directory. So if I just simply enter it, but this should be test / okay, related to the current directory. So here I'm getting everything. Even you can say /home /vagrant /test. This is related to the root directory. So this is the absolute path. It actually starts from the root directory, goes till here, and the first one was simply the relative path. If I just simply enter this, I'm gonna be getting the same. So ls test gives me the same. It was related to the directory that I was in. This is the absolute path. It starts from the root directory, comes till here. Alrighty. By the way, what is the next thing that we have to do? Again, pretty simple one. You can create directories over here. We have talked about it. When you are removing a directory in the sense a folder. When you are removing a folder, that folder may consist a lot of folders, subfolders, or subfiles inside that. That is why you have to mention this r -r over here for recursive. Recursive in the sense delete this folder and remove everything else that is inside that. Similarly, we have if we want to remove everything, so remove rf, and this particular command is gonna be running. And if you want to remove forcefully, so you can use this -rf, ultimately f tag over here, that will be removing the things forcefully, and wildcard stands for everything, so it will be just simply removing everything. These are just normal commands, so we'll not be talking about them. Pretty simple ones. If there's something hard, so we are, or something a bit difficult to understand, we are going to be talking about that. Okay, it's pretty simple. lsl simply list all the files. L in the sense gives you more information about the file. So if you just simply write ls over here, so ls just simply gives you the name. If you want to know more about the files, lsl will be giving you the names about all the files over here. Not only that, it gives you more info, like what is the user, what is the group, what is the permission, just like this. And lsl, if you want to see them with the time, like right now everything is being filtered based on the name. So based on the name, they are getting sorted over here, not filtered, sorted. If you want to sort them based on the time, so you have to just simply say LT, and it will be sorted based on the time. So the file created at 1440, then 1437. So it is just simply sorted in the decreasing manner, okay, in the descending order. And now if you want to sort it just recursively, that simply means the file that got created first, that should be coming first. So you have to just simply add R over here. So LTR, L for listing in the detail format, T is for timing format, sorted based on the timing, R is for recursive. So just simply run this. So the file that got created first, that will be coming first, then the last one 1440 will be coming at the end. Pretty simple. We have gone through this. Then we have what tells file tells. Okay, this is really great, good one. File test.txt tells you about the file. Wow. Files DevOps tells you about a directory. In Linux, everything. Remember one thing, in Linux everything is a file. That simply means even if a directory, that is a file, even if there is a normal file, that is a file. And using this file command you can use this. So let me see what it does. So file, if I want to know about test, it just simply gives me the information about the test. It just simply tells me that test is a directory. So it gives you the information about that particular file. So if I go to if I say file test slash, inside test I have test1.txt. okay, so this is the one that I have. So if I run this, so it's gonna be giving me the information about that particular text file. So it is just simply giving me that test.txt is empty. So the first one was a directory, the second one is a file that is empty right now. So file just simply gives me the info, tells you about the file, as simple as that. And mkdir, this P is used for creating the folders. So ultimately, if you are here, I am, if I want to create a folder, let me remove everything. So rf here, remove everything in the recursive format, because there are folders as well. So I'm gonna be removing those folders, and I'm gonna be removing forcefully. So let's simply run this command. ls, I don't have anything right now, present working directory, this is the one. And over here, suppose I want to create a folder. So mkdir, I'm gonna be creating DevOps folder. So if I create it, it is created. But the problem is that let me delete this as well, DevOps. The problem is that if I say that I want to create a folder, so I want to create DevOps folder, but inside DevOps folder there should be a dev folder, inside dev folder there should be ops folder, inside that there should be test.txt. Will it be created? No, it is just simply saying that cannot create directory, because it is saying that DevOps does not exist. So because the first directory does not exist, so it will not be able to create the others as well. So here I will use this p tag, -p tag over here. So it just simply creates everything recursively. So first of all, it will be creating DevOps, then dev, then ops, then test.txt. Everything is gonna be created. Let me run this. Permission denied. So you can only do this when you are a root user. So you will have to either use sudo over here, that will give you the permission of the root user. Having said that, in that case you need to be added in the root user's configuration. I will be talking about that. But either you can run this and it will work. And if you say ls, it did not work. DevOps, sorry, a new DevOps folder has cd, sorry, that was my bad. This is where it has been created, sorry for that. Let me remove it from here. So rm remove DevOps, that was the path that I mentioned, that was the root path, and because of that thing it created it here. ls, permission denied. Of course, if I'm creating anything inside the root folder, so the permission is gonna be denied until unless you are a root, otherwise root user, otherwise use sudo over here. So ls, that's been deleted. Let me go to the home directory, and once I'm inside the home directory, so I'm gonna be running the same command. Let me show you the mistake that I had in that. The mistake was this forward slash that I had. This is the problem. So let me remove it, and if I run it, ls, so right now this DevOps has been created. Cd DevOps, ls, I have dev, cd dev, I had oops, cd oops, I have test, cat text. By the way, there's really nothing inside that, so it will not make any sense. It is just simply cat test.txt. mkdir I used, so this is also a directory, never mind. Let me remove it. If I wanna rename it, so I can say move and test.txt to test, and cannot move, permission denied. So let me make it sudo ls. So right now it has been converted to test. Pretty simple. Let me go to the home directory, ls. So I'm here, And what is the next thing that we can talk about? You can even delete it too. So we have gone through everything. And then we have this opt dev lns opt dev ops dev test command text creates shocked link. Okay, so this is gonna be used for creating the link. Got it, understood. So ultimately what it is saying that ln it stands for link. So a soft link will be created using this particular command, and slash opt slash dev slash op slash devops slash test slash commands and all. Ultimately whatever I have inside this command.txt, a new link will be created, soft link, short link you can say, and the name of that link is gonna be cmd over here. And when you cat that particular file, that particular link that got created, the content inside that particular main command will be catted or printed. Let me keep it simple. Here we have DevOps right now, right? So if I say lsr and DevOps, so you will be getting here that we have this DevOps folder. Inside DevOps folder we have dev folder. Then DevOps dev, inside dev folder we have ops, and inside DevOps dev ops we have test. Okay, so let me go to, and inside DevOps dev ops test we literally have nothing. So let me cd into that particular folder, present working directory. Right now I'm inside DevOps dev test. Inside this I'm gonna be writing inside the test. Let me go one step back, oops, and remove our test folder. It hasn't been removed because remove write protected directory. This is protected. I will have to use sudo command over here. But let me do one thing, cd test, and I'm gonna be creating a file. You can even use vim over here. So vim, and that's gonna be test.txt, my test.txt. This is file I wanna create, and insert mode. This is the file for my test. As simple as that. This has been created. Let me just simply save everything. Well, I cannot really save it like this. Yeah, because I'm not the root user, and what I'll actually have to do, that I'll have to open this with the sudo if I try to save it, it is just simply saying that can't open the file for rewriting. So let me just simply exit from here forcefully first of all, and ls, if you want to edit anything, present working directory, if you want to create files, and why is this happening? We created this file recursively using sudo command. Got it. Sorry, that was the problem. So the thing is that this particular folder and everything else that got created using sudo command, and because of that thing, now if I want to change anything, I will have to use sudo command over here, or I'll have to switch to the root user. So let me go to the home directory here, and let me remove rf devops, but it will be throwing the error. It will just simply say that you cannot delete because it was created using a sudo command. So it is simply saying that permission denied. So let me use sudo over here, and what is the another thing? Let me use sudo over here, and now it's deleted. mkdir, I'm gonna be creating another folder. So I'm gonna be creating devops slash dev slash oops slash command or test, devops slash dev slash oops slash test slash, that's it. This particular folder is created. Alrighty, and now I can just simply go inside that, Control Shift V. Now I'm inside this present working directory. This is the one. Touch or vi, I'm gonna be creating my test.txt over here, and insert mode. This is the file for my test. Save it. Done. Alright, now I have it here. Let me go to the home directory, and what I want, because if I say lsr, so you can see that inside devops dev ops test I have my test.txt file, right? I can even know more about it. So file, and file gives me information about that a file or a directory. So if I know more about it, it is just simply saying that this is a directory, but I have to know about my text.txt. So it is just simply saying that it is a file that contains the ASCII text. Okay, so ultimately that does contain the text. So this is how I can just simply know more about the that particular file, but I'm still in my home directory right now, present working directory here. And what I want to create a link that references to this particular file over here. Pretty simple, because I'll have to go to DevOps test, and this is how I will be able to see it. So I just simply gonna create a link. So ln, and for soft link I'm gonna be using s over here. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So ln stands for creating the link. So link, that should be a soft link over here, ultimately a shortcut at the end of the day I'm gonna be creating. And what is the path? This is the path, slash DevOps /dev /oops /test /mytext.txt. So this is the path of the file. What is the name I'm gonna be saying? My test is gonna be the name of the link. So this is the path, and ultimately this is the file of which I actually want to create a link, and this is the my test is ultimately the link name that's gonna be there. Run it, ls. Now this particular link has been created. If I say lsl, so the first folder DevOps is actually a directory over here. The second my test that I have, this is actually a link. This link references to this particular file over here. If I say cat my test, it will be just simply giving me the same result that I saved inside this particular file. So my text.txt contained this file this is the file for my test. If I cat this particular link that got created, I'm gonna be getting the same result over here. So this is how you can just simply create a link. No doubt you can delete the link as well. So this particular command was used for creating the link. You can unlink in the sense that will not be referencing to that, and then you can remove that as well. And this is the sorting thing, we have already talked about it. L sorts as per the name. Okay, it gives the more information as well. LT sorts as per the time. LTR is just simply versus the sorting. And then LSLTR, you can know more about etc, vim etc host name. We have gone through this. LSLTR and etc. Ultimately these are just the commands for formatting this stuff and all. Pretty simple. One thing that I would like to talk about over here, ls, we have our link over here that got created. We can unlink in the sense right now this particular link is linked to this particular file over here. I can run unlink, and what I want to unlink my test over here. If I just run this, what will happen? LSL. Now if you actually have a look over here, we don't really have that particular link. So the link that we had, that has been removed ultimately. Okay, so unlink is used for that, and let me just create that again. ls, now that particular file has been created. So we have unlink, and that's it. We don't really need to worry about anything else. Pretty simple. So we know how to create a link, we know how to unlink a link, and that is it. So these are the commands that we have talked about. Let's talk about grep over here. So this has all been about a link and all. So in that case, file and a link, this is again belongs to the normal command. So let me keep it here. Let me also keep it here. So ultimately they are gonna be here at the end. Pretty simple, nothing hard in it. What is the special thing? This is the grep. Grep is used for formatting. I have already talked about it a little bit, like exactly how the grep is used for formatting the stuff and all. Let's talk about it a little more. So let me just simply create a folder, ts2 grep. It is mainly gonna be for filtering the things and all, and this particular code I will have here. Let me give it some kind of color so that it looks good, probably this one. And let's talk about all these commands over here. For using this particular command, I'm gonna be using I'm gonna be going to the root user, because we already have the directory over here. So ls, let me switch to the root user here, and inside the root user I have these two files over here. They are already here. So if I say cat anaconda, so this is the text that I have inside that particular file. So what am I gonna be doing? Vim, well, I'm gonna be using grep over here. So let me see how we can just simply use this. By the way, one thing that I have forgotten, percentage, yes, this is where it is. This is the part of Vim. So let me do one thing. we have tail, head and all. Replace words inside Vim, so extend the command, and this way it's gonna be replaced. Let me first of all talk about this, just show the changes for the preview. This much, cut it from here. So if I go to the Vim editor and one more command over here, this is the command that I have. So inside Vim as well, you can just simply replace some of the files. So let me show it in action. So Vim and Anaconda, here we are, and these are, this is the thing that I have. I mean, these are the files that I have inside this. What am I actually gonna be doing over here? I mean, we have quite a lot of content. And what is our main goal is gonna be? The main goal is gonna be finding some things and removing that. Okay, so suppose over here, what is the word that we have? Suppose we have eco repo, we have repo over here. Alrighty, so I'm gonna be first of all finding the repo over here. Once I have found the repo, I'm gonna be replacing it. So over here, %s is mainly, first of all you have to go to the extend command, then you are gonna be using %s, that simply is used for searching. Search the word and replace the word. So the first word corona I am searching for, I'm gonna be replacing it with virus over here. So that's what I'm doing. And ultimately when you are doing this much, so this is just gonna be replaced, but it will replace corona with value virus. If the text appears multiple times in the line, only one line will be replaced. And if you want to replace all the lines everywhere, so it's you will have to use this G over here. That simply means it will be replacing globally, and it's gonna be search for COVID-19 and replace it with nothing. Okay, that's fine. So ultimately, let's talk about let's do it in action. So what it is actually gonna be doing? Suppose I have this text over here. Let me try to search text, like how many text words we have. Well, what is the problem? Text. So we have 2 times text over here. Great. Do we have even more? It turns out we don't. Yeah, we have text 3 times. Pretty good. And now what I want to do? I want to replace text with suppose my text. Alrighty. So what am I gonna be doing? First of all, I have to go to the command mode. This is the command mode that I'm in right now, and now I'm gonna be switching to the extend mode. So shift and colon. Now this is the extend mode. Inside this you can just simply write the things. And what I want to do, well, that's bad. Again, extend mode. Come on, yeah. And what I want to do, I want to search for a word. So %yes is used for searching. What I want to search, I want to, ultimately I'm gonna be replacing the things and all. This is mainly used for replacing. So first of all, search the text wherever text has been used. I have found that. Now replace text with well, this is gonna be bad. TTEEXXTT. So I'm gonna be replacing it with this already. So let me just simply run this command. But what will this do? It will be just simply replacing. So this is where it has been replaced. If I go at the top, now if I search TTEEXXTT, already this is where I have this, and probably at the top I must have it. So if I gonna go to the top, so GG 2 times, and even here it has been replaced. So ultimately that particular word got replaced. But there is a problem. If I have that word 2 times, so suppose I come here and insert mode, let me go here at the top, and here I have TTEEXXTT again. Okay, now if I want to replace it with if I want to replace everything, that will not be replaced. Let me even show you that. So in that case, what I wanna do, let me save it first of all. Now the extend command, I wanna search first of all, and then what I wanna search, TTEEXXTT, and I wanna replace it with text. If 2 words are repeated in the same line, only first word will be replaced. If there is only 1 word in the line, that's okay, that's no problem. But if 2 words are there in the same line, so only first of them will be replaced. So let me see. This particular thing is done. I have text over here, pretty simple thing. If I go to the top, GG, I have text here as well, but this particular thing did not get replaced. Simple, the reason is simple, that if ultimately if there are 2 same words in the same line, you are not gonna be able to replace them in one go. So what will you be doing? You will have to replace the words globally. So let me even tell you exactly what that means. So now I have just simply changed it from my own side. And now if I want to convert, I mean replace this test with the maybe my test or everywhere, here, here and here as well, and even below. So in that case, percentage s slash test text slash my text. But if I run this command, it will be replacing only the first one, not the second one. For replacing the second one, I'm gonna be replacing it globally. And if I run this, so this text has become my text over here. If I go to at the top, my text, my text, my text, I have my text everywhere. Okay, pretty simple thing. I'm gonna be clicking U to just simply undoing everything. But yeah, this is how it just simply works. Okay, so this was the command, and that's what has been mentioned over here. Similarly, if you want to undo, so let me do undo as well, Control R. Everything is undone. Undone in the sense I've got the everything is redone. I've got the same result. And if I want to replace it with nothing, so I can just simply say percentage yes slash my text slash, don't give any word over here. Earlier we were giving a word slash globally. So if I provide any word, so this particular thing will be replaced with this word name. If I don't provide anything over here, it is gonna be replaced with nothing. So if I run this, so we don't have any text over here. If I go at the top, we don't have any text over here. If I want to search this in the whole file, we don't have any text. It is just simply saying pattern not found text. Okay, by the way, let me undo everything and get back to the initial state. So this thing we have talked about, and this was all about virtual machine, and it's mainly time to talk about grep. So what is grep? Grep is the filtering. So it is mainly used for filtering the stuff. Filtering the stuff in the sense, let me come here. Let me exit the file first of all. So Q is for exiting. Cat anaconda, this is the file that we have. Okay, we have these many things inside this. Now if I want to filter it with a firewall, so I wanna say grep firewall and this particular file, anaconda file. So just grep, write the name of the file, write the name of the text that you wanna filter, and it will be just simply giving you that particular line. And anaconda, ultimately from this is the file from where I actually want to filter. So grep will give you that particular file directory, if that is a directory, and in case of a file, that will just simply give you the line number of the file. If I just simply run this, so it is just simply giving me firewall disabled. So somewhere in this text we have firewall disabled, and because of that thing we are getting it over here. So where do we have that firewall disabled? Here we have it. So this is the line where firewall disabled is written, and it is giving me that particular line. We are filtering it over here. Similarly, I can even search for capital F, because it is case sensitive. So if you write a small f, so it will be looking for small. For capital, it will be looking for capital. So here we have firewall configuration. So with a small f, we have this result. With capital F, we have this result. If you want to make it case insensitive, that simply means you should not care about the case. So you have to just simply write I before this, and probably. And if you run this, that's wrong. Sorry, hyphen I. Now you are gonna be getting both the results at the same time. So we have firewall configuration, just below that we have firewall disabled. So it is just simply looking for that thing. Okay, one more thing, there is something called this, either you write this particular command, run this particular command, or you say this greater than, what is this called? We go from left to right. So a is less than 5. Okay, this less than. So you can even 5 is greater than 6. Yeah, that is the less than, if I'm not wrong. So you have to use this particular sign. So ultimately what it says, it will get everything. Ultimately by default it is even then. So grep, I wanna filter based on insensitivity, like the case should be insensitive, not based on the case. And then the word that I want to filter, that is the firewall, the content is gonna be coming from anaconda. So this particular file, the contents comes from this particular file to this particular command that I'm running. So this less than is mainly used for that. Okay, so if I run this, the same result we are gonna be getting. So either you use this or you don't. Ultimately this is the same command that is being used behind the scene. Okay, so keep in mind, greater, I mean it just simply means that you have two things. First of all, you have this mouth type something on the right side, and then it just simply ends. So ultimately 2 lines start from the right and goes to the back side, ultimately to the left side. That simply means open-ended means it is just simply getting the content. So just understand it like this. So one side is open, another side is closed. That simply means from one side it will be getting the text content, and another side it will be giving. So it gets the content from this particular file, because this is open. So it gets and then it sends here. Pretty simple. Okay, similarly this means it gets from the left, it gets from the right, sends to the back left, and this means it gets from the left and sends to the right. So ultimately less than and greater than, they're just simply used like this. Okay, so we have talked about this, and firewall. So first of all we ran this, then secondly we ran this, then we use the I for case insensitivity, and then even I talked about this particular command. If you want to search the firewall name everywhere in the sense, if you say ls, so this is the file I have, this is the another file that I have, and if I say grep fire, first of all case insensitive and firewall, and I want to search it everywhere, that simply means inside this particular file as well, inside this particular file as well. In that particular case I will use this wildcard over here. This is the path in the sense, search it from everywhere in the current directory, and that is it. Run it. So ultimately this time you are getting this firewall configuration, you are getting firewall disabled, you are getting firewall disabled as well. So from the anaconda KS CFG file you are getting these two results, and from the original KS you are getting this result. So this is how you are just simply filter the things. Pretty simple. So we know how filtering works, and R is mainly used for includes directories as well. So ultimately what happens that over here, when you run this particular command, everything, so it will just include the files. Let me create a directory as well here, ls. I have these two things over here. Pretty simple. I'm gonna be creating a directory mkdir test dir. I'm gonna be creating. So this has been created, and now I wanna copy this particular file to this one. So what will I do? Copy anaconda file to test dir. It is gonna be copied. So ls, I have it here, ls and test dir, and inside test dir I have anaconda file as well, because I have just simply copied. Now if I say grep insensitive firewall case insensitive, ultimately that is why I'm using I over here, firewall, and I want to search in the current directory, and everything should be included, this one as well as this one, because this is the folder I'm gonna be getting the error. Well, I'm not gonna be getting the error. It is just simply searching for what? It is searching for the firewall name inside this first file, inside the second file, because I'm getting the result from the first file, I got the result from the second file, but the third one is the directory, and because of that thing I couldn't search inside this particular directory. And if I want to search inside this particular directory, so I have to use R over here, and this time I'm even getting the result from test anaconda. R stands for recursive, right? So I'm getting the result from this particular file as well. Now it's up to you, either you are gonna use a small r or the capital R, both of them are gonna be working. How do I know? Pretty simple. If you run command like grep help, and if you come here, first of all it is just simply saying that for recursive you have to use capital R, or you can use even this. So difference recursive, there is a little difference between them, like directories recursive, likewise but the follow symbols. Well, you can know more about them, but ultimately both the things are gonna be working over here. That's what I meant. Okay, pretty simple. So we have gone through this, and what is the next thing that we are doing over here? We are looking for the inside etc folder, cell Linux. Ultimately, inside the folder you can find this particular file name. So C Linux is a file inside etc folder, and you can just simply look for that particular file. Pretty simple. It should not be problematic. So ultimately what am I doing over here? cd this inside etc, so cd/etc ls. Here I have a cell C Linux file, if I'm not wrong. So ls this, let me see whether I have that here or not. So ls l, I wanna use grep here, and I wanna filter C Linux, just like this. Yeah, Well, I don't really have it here. That is not inside this, that is inside that is inside this etc folder, but there are many folders and this is inside those many folders. What I can actually say over here that grep C Linux and everything here. So everything whatever I have inside this, I wanna just search, filter, ultimately filter from everything over here. And because there are directories, if I just simply run this, so I'm gonna be getting these commands over here, and they're just simply saying that everything is a directory. Because of that thing, it is not able to just simply filter. So what I'm gonna say, I'm gonna be using -r, and it is just simply gonna be giving the result. So now I'm getting the info over here. Even I could have done it from the home directory as well. So from home directory, what am I gonna be doing? I have to grep, ultimately filter, and I have to filter inside the directories as well. And I want to filter C Linux wherever I have this Linux. So wherever I have this, even I need to talk about these commands tomorrow as well. In a day, I don't think it's gonna be possible. So just after this, I'm gonna be calling it. It's already at 44. I don't know even how long it has been. I'll be back tomorrow early in the morning. Today I couldn't really do anything. I had to go through a lot of things, but in the morning I couldn't go live. So from tomorrow onwards, I'll be going live in the evening as well as in the morning too, so that I can actually cover the things. Okay, coming back to this one, grep R C Linux, and I'm gonna be filtering this content inside the current inside etc/ everything. So inside etc folder, whatever I have, I'm using this wildcard. That simply means inside etc everything that you have, whatever you have inside that, you are gonna be just simply filtering this particular name. So yeah, you should be, and it should be filtered inside the folders as well. So if there are folders, inside the folders, go and check if this C Linux exists or not. Run this, so you are getting this particular thing. So you are just simply saying that inside etc C Linux and config. So inside etc only you had a file name called C Linux, and what it is saying, inside C Linux you had config. So inside etc you had a C Linux this folder. Inside that folder you had config folder. Inside that you had SE Linux can take one of these values. So this is the text that is inside that particular config file. Similarly over here, etc C Linux config, you had this again. So in these files you have C Linux repeated, and then apart from this particular thing, inside C Linux targeted, over here you have C Linux. So ultimately at the end of the day, it will find a file. That file contains C Linux, and if it finds that, it will be just simply showing you that. So in this way, what you can do, you can directly go to this particular file over here. So you got the path right. So copy. Once you got the path, you can just simply say cd to this particular path ls. Now you have etc C Linux config. What is the problem? Not a directory, that is actually a file. So let me go here, ls. Now I have this config over here, and if I say vi config, so here this is the file that I got, and this has C Linux over here. If I want to say where all I have this C Linux, so I can just simply filter it, and these are the number of times it has been repeated. Alrighty then, it should be pretty much simple. I mean, it is not difficult to use grep. The thing is that Linux commands are not difficult if you use them, and most importantly, after learning, you are gonna be revisiting them in the best way possible. What could be the best way possible? Find someone to teach, or just start explaining that to yourself, or go live on YouTube. Really bad. But go create a channel, go live on YouTube, start explaining the things. If you actually, once you have taught what you have learned, you will be able to retain in your mind 3x or 4x times. I'm talking about time over here. So if you are able to remember for a month, you will be able to remember for 2 or 3 months. So this is the benefit of that. Pretty simple. You must be knowing. You are quite smart. Okay, so this particular thing we have gone through, and apart from this particular thing, V is used mainly for the verbose. Shows everything except the line that has a fire. It is not used for verbose. By the way, V command is used for verbose as well, but over here it is mainly used for showing everything except you are looking for. So if I say ls, let me go to the home directory right now. Here I am in the home directory, and if I say grep, I wanna find first of all case insensitive, I wanna find suppose firewall and the file in the current directory ultimately. So I'm gonna be getting these results. By the way, let me add R over here as well so that it finds it everywhere. So I got these results over here. Now I want to find everything except firewall, so I'm gonna be using V over here. V will be just simply looking for everything except firewalls. If I just simply enter it, this is such a good result that big result I got, but in this particular result you will not be getting firewall anywhere, as simple as that. So this thing we have even gone through. Right now from here, I mean these commands are really easy, I should be talking about them, but let's start talking about the things from let me do it really quick. What is we have this less over here, it just simply reads the file. Okay, let's do one thing, talk about this tomorrow, but ultimately less reads the file, more reads the file over here. And but this is just a different way of reading that. Head simply gives you the top 10 lines, you can even mention the number of lines, will be giving you more lines. Tail gives you the last 10 lines by default, you can enter the number of lines and it will be giving you those many lines. And apart from this particular thing, etc password contains all the user information, you can just simply go and know more about it. And cut this etc, this is used mainly for replacing, we will be talking about it tomorrow. And lastly we have said this is also used for replacing the stuff and all, and that's it. This is how we are going to be talking about it. To go through, if you actually know, if you actually have a look over here, so these are nothing but the commands that we have to go through, keep going through these, and ultimately tomorrow is going to be spent talking about all these things. So I have made my notes somehow, but now I have to go through all these commands. We will be getting it done very soon. The thing is that I have to explain each and everything in the best way possible. So yeah, we will be doing it, and this is how it's gonna be going on. As for right now, I'm just simply gonna be calling it. I'm hungry, gonna be having food, and probably after that I may be going live, or I'm gonna be catching up in the early morning, maybe at 6 o'clock or something. I'm gonna be waking up early so that I can just simply go live early, because during the day just there's a lot of noise. Alrighty then, I'm gonna be back. Until then, take care and see you.